What is going on, everybody? How are we all doing? And welcome back today to another instalment of our Blackburn Rovers FIFA 18 Career Mode Road to Glory. I say it every time, what a mouthful that is. If you do enjoy the episode, make sure to leave a big thumbs up on the video and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. But we are in the middle of the January transfer window now. A lot of you guys, you may notice there's been quite a large gap between this video and the last episode in this career mode. That was because I wanted to see what your guys' comments were, and there were tons and tons and tons of comments regarding the transfer window, who we should sign, on advice on the people that we had on the shortlist. So a massive thank you for that. And I think I've now got a plan in mind as to what I want to do. Now, if you look at our budget right now, we haven't got a lot of money. You can see we've got 126k in the transfer budget and a little bit in wages. And I was thinking about going in for either Junior Hoylett, who we can get on a pre-contract, but his wages were very, very high, especially for a player of the ability that he is, the rating that he is. I decided, and you guys were saying as well, there's better people you can get for less wages, and apparently a couple of people said that Hoylett left on bad terms from Blackburn isn't really highly regarded by the fans, which I didn't know, so we won't be getting him. But what we will be doing is we're going to be upping our transfer budget a little bit, in fact I say a little bit, quite a lot, and hopefully, because the other person we'll talk about is Angel Gomes actually before we speak about this. Angel Gomes is a player that everybody was wanting me to sign. He's a fantastic young player. We could get him on loan potentially, but we couldn't quite sign him yet because of the transfer budget. But a few of you guys pointed out that if we loan him in, the odds are that he's going to do well and it's going to push up his value, so then when we do want to sign him on a permanent basis, which we couldn't do now at all, we just don't stand a chance of doing it, his value will be higher and it'd be more difficult to get. So I'm going to promise you guys, Angel Gomes will be a player that we sign next season. Hopefully his value won't increase too much while he's sitting in the reserves at United, and we'll be able to get him in on a permanent deal. So we'll definitely 100% be doing our best to sign him at the start of next season. But what I want to do is change up our formation to a 4-3-2-1. Elliot Bennett, he's getting on a bit and he looks like he's going to be leaving, so he's going to be dropping out the squad. We're going to be having Tabla as one winger, Samuel leading the line, a new signing as our other winger, who's the player that we're going to look at in a second. Then we're probably going to have a midfield three that involves DuPont, the other youngster that we brought through the academy, and maybe Ryerson, maybe Smallwood. And the reason being is because we've got such a good lead in the league right now. I think we can afford to try out some of the youngsters, get their ratings up. You can see right now we are so far clear. We're 11 points clear after 26 games. So hopefully we can test out the youth players, get them in there a lot, give them a lot of game time without slipping up in the league. And if we do find ourselves slipping up a bit, then we can bring the more experienced players back in. So that is the plan. Defence is going to stay exactly the same. Someone told me to change out in the Niambe, but I think he's been doing so well that I don't really want to. Because I said apparently Bennett can play right back. Is that true? He doesn't say he can there, but he was saying play Bennett at right back, which we're not going to do. So the defence is going to stay the same. Midfield's going to be three central midfielders. We're then going to drop Antonsen to the bench because he's someone that's in on loan at Blackburn. I didn't know. I actually thought he was our player, but he's doing really well. But he's a loanee, and I don't think he's a loanee that we're going to be signing next season. And he's done really well, but I think we can get better. So basically, we want to get a winger. We're going to try and get Angel Gomes in the next transfer market at the start of next season, where hopefully we'll be a championship club. But the player that we want to sign, some of you guys, if you've been following this channel for a long... I mean, here's another example, by the way. Ronaldo Vieira, incredible looking player, but we just can't get him in right now. There's so many players here that I'd love to get him, but we just don't have the wages. Like Brereton's another one, Foden's another one. But, yeah, if you've been following this channel since it very first started, my first ever series was a Real Betis career mode, and we had this guy, Alvaro, who was absolutely sensational. Now, since then, he's moved on to Huesca. He's only got 6 months left on his contract, and I think we could get him for relatively cheap on quite small wages. Now, usually on FIFA, I don't know what rating is this year, I've not researched it enough. I trust him to be good in the game because of how good he was for us in the past when we've used him. But usually he's sort of high 60s, maybe low 70s. If we can get him in as a potential right winger, I think he will be absolutely fantastic. Now, he's playing at Huesca, and he's only got 6 months on his contract. So if we can get him, that would be absolutely incredible. Now, let's see what we can do. Now, I think if we do sign him on a pre-contract, that does, of course, mean that we won't get him until next season, but that's absolutely fine. I think he'll be outstanding for us. So, thank you for having us. We've been talking about blah, 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 blah. Our client expects to be untouchable in terms of being in the starting lineup every week. That's fine. So he must be rated like 70 to 71, because otherwise they wouldn't be asking for that. So that's absolutely fine. We'll give him that, and let's see how we can progress in his negotiation, shall we? So contract, I'd like to get him for a few years. So I think if you say 4 years, I think 5 might be a bit too much. Maybe if he wants 3, that's fine, but 4 years would be absolutely fine. He didn't ask for anything, so hopefully 4 years is enough. He's only 23, so, you know, if we can get him going into his prime years, if he does well, hopefully, that'd be great. What they're saying. Yeah, that's exactly what we were after. Let's carry on. Fantastic. We're moving on. My client isn't considering a release clause. That's absolutely fantastic. That's something that I don't want in his contracts, especially for the younger players, so that's absolutely ideal, because otherwise we could risk losing them to bigger clubs, because right now, the release clause, excuse me, won't be particularly high. We don't want to insert a release clause in the contract either. Fantastic. Now that we've agreed on a deal, let's start to talk money now. I have no idea how much he will be on at Huesca, but they're a second-tier team in Spain. I don't think his wages are going to be massively high. I think we're going to be able to attract him, fingers crossed. So, let's see what he says. Bearing in mind, our highest earners are on sort of the £5,000 to £8,000 a week. If we can get him for that, that would be fantastic. And then give him a signing-on bonus of, let's say, 50 grand. I never really know what to put here, but hopefully that will be enough. Let's see what they say to that. I really actually wish that they'd give us a figure first and then we could work from that point, but let's see what they say to that. Hopefully they don't just storm out in a super offender, because I don't think his wages are going to be high. He's nodding, but as we've learnt from this, if the player's nodding, it means absolutely nothing. So please don't storm out. Please say that is a fair deal. That in my mind seems like a fair deal. So my client wants to join your team, will be willing to accept the weekly wage of 4,500, but he's looking for a signing on fee of 70,000 and 130. Okay, that sounds good. So counter. So he wants, after 25 appearances, 135 grand. That we could perhaps lower a little bit. So let's edit the bonus. Let's bring it down just ever so slightly to 100 grand. So at the side of that, and we'll leave everything else the same, because that seems fair. Hopefully we've negotiated him down a little bit, but if we can get him for that, I'll be more than happy. So he's going to play 25 games for us. He's going to be a regular starter, but the only bad news is that we won't get him till next season. But still, great young player. Let's see what they say to that. There we are, fantastic. So we've got another signing in for Blackburn Rovers, Alvaro on a free transfer. Absolutely buzzing with that. If you guys have watched my channel for a long time, then you will know how much I rate this guy. He's unbelievable on career mode usually, but that does mean that unless we can do any last minute dealings, you know, from players that we're bringing in now, that could be everything that we're going to be doing in this transfer window. We're still going to be simming the 4 games in January because there could be offers coming in and that might force us into a move, but I am really, really happy with that. Absolutely buzzing. So we're now coming into our first game of today's episode, which is away against Wimbledon. Again, we're going to be simulating all these games right now because, like I said, we just want to get through the transfer window, basically. Hopefully we can come away with 3 points, and we do indeed. It's Antonsen and Cadiz that get the goals. Cadiz, of course, coming in because of some injuries there, but still can't believe we got video in, man. That's absolutely, I mean, the guy is an icon. I'll tell you, he's absolutely amazing on the game usually, so hopefully he can do really well for us, but it's going to be interesting to see if we can do anything else in the transfer window. Let's see if it's actually impacted our budget or if it doesn't affect it till next year. So you can see we've still got the transfer budget of 220 grand, but the wages are down low now. So in theory, if we wanted to, we could still go in for another player, but I'm just not sure what we really need at this point. Is there anyone else that we need to strengthen the team? I mean, you look at the squad, especially as we're going to be changing to 3 up top. You know, we could do with another winger instead of Bennett, but we've got the long-term replacement for him now in Video, which is fantastic, so that's good. If we play the one up top, we've got Antonsen and Samuel. We've got plenty of depth in the middle of the park, especially as we're going to be bringing in the young players after the... forgive me, the camera just ran out there. There we go, back on. Especially as we're going to be bringing in the youngsters into the team. Centre half is decent. Goalkeeper 67 rated. He's not the highest rated, but he's been a very solid performer. So let's just keep on simming. And I think now we're only going to be forced into action if an offer comes in for our player. So the rest of this transfer window and the rest of this episode might be a little bit dull. We'll have to wait and see. So in a bit of news, a transfer was made for Elliot Ward. A player's contract is running out. He's going to be leaving the club at the end of the season. Basically, he's agreed to leave, which is exactly what we just did with Thingy. Oh, sorry, they're 2 different players. They're 2 different Elliots. Elliot Bennett is leaving at the end of the season, and an approach has been made for Elliot Ward. 2 players. I mean, we've already replaced Bennett now in the signing of Video, obviously, and then Ward is another one that we're not too fussed about. I'm thinking I might try and bring in one more striker on loan because, of course, we've had the injury to, I forgot his name, you know, he's only played 1 match for us, hasn't he? The player that we signed at the start of the season. Who was it? How have I forgot his name? He's our first signing, man. Connor Washington, that's the one. We've got Connor Washington who's coming back from injury. Danny Graham has, of course, left. We've only got Samuel and Antonsen, so 3 should be enough, but if we get 1 injury, then we're down to 2. So I might try and we got Ben Brereton. He's a player that I really like the look of. If we could get him on loan, I'd be very pleased with that, but I'm not sure what his wages are. Let's have a quick look. See, his wages are nearly 10,000 a week, so we're not going to be getting Brereton after all, lads. That's a shame. So we've had a bit of news in the form of skate reports that have come back for some of these other players that you guys have recommended. Andre Blake, goalkeeper, that's rated 75. Wow, I didn't realise he'd be that highly rated. I don't think we're going to be able to attract him just yet, but potentially a good one for the future. Daniel Alexic there, he's rated 72. Cam playing for FC St Gallen. Again, looks very, very good. Value 3.3 million though is another one that maybe in the future we can get, but not quite now. Moise Keane, he's a player that I'm not too familiar with. 17-year-old striker, rated 66. Now that is a player that looks absolutely incredible. I mean, maybe we could get him in on loan. Moise Keane, he's only 17. He'd be a decent backup for us. 66 rated already. That is a crazy, crazy rating for his age. We've got Ondrej Petrak, again probably butchering his names, 25-year-old centre mid, 69 rated, valued at 1 million. Again, not bad value-wise, but right now we're not going to be able to afford him. And then we've also got a player coming back from injury, and that is Raheem Harper, which is exciting. Another player that's actually loaned to us, not our own player, but he's someone, Harper, that I would love to bring in on a permanent for next season if we can. But we've got our second game in today's episode. That's another one that we're going to be simming. We're simming all the games today. Of course, this one is another one in the league. We're at home against Shrewsbury. A team that are doing really well in real life, actually, Shrewsbury are, but hopefully in this particular career mode, we should be getting the 3 points here, and we do once again. Ryerson with the only goal of the game. Absolutely fantastic, 1-0 win, and this is just going to be extending our lead at the top of the table, I imagine. You can see our lead has been slightly extended. It was 11 points, now 12, which is absolutely fantastic. But what I think I'm going to do now is sort out the team for the next game. I'd actually really like another scout report on the young lad that we've got in the academy as well, because he looks like he could have some real potential. He's not got the best rating right now, but he's got some real potential. And if we could find out what his lowest possible rating could be, that would be a big help in knowing if we should start him or not. But this is what the formation is going to be from now on. We're going to be putting Tablet on that left-hand side. Bennett's going to be playing on the right, but he's going to be replaced by Video for next season. We're probably going to play Smord in the central role, and then more than likely is, like I say, we're going to try DuPont on one side. In fact, we could try DuPont at CDM. There's as the more defensive player, because he's absolutely huge. And then we could play Smord and Ryerson for now, but then we could bring in someone like Chapman potentially as well. So, in fact, yeah, I'm liking Chapman now. He could be really good. And then play DuPont. I'll keep on doing that. We could play Smallwood there and DuPont there, because I think DuPont's work rates are medium-low, which suits that centre mid role a little bit more. They're not ideal work rates, whereas Smallwood is high-low, so that works out nicely. So that's the kind of team that we're going to be looking at. But Bennett's going to be replaced by Video. Really starting to think ahead for next season already, which is cool. But yeah, I like the look of that. I think that looks good. Give Chapman some time. We'll be able to give Raheem Harper some time as well when he's back into the team. In fact, with him coming back now, should we be starting him straight away, or should we be waiting? He's got the plaster on his hand, so for now. I mean, someone, by the way, this is something I'll speak about. Nuttall, someone said to start. Any player that doesn't have a proper face, I don't like using, so he won't be starting, basically, Nuttall, just for that reason alone. But that's the formation that we're going to be playing for the second half of the season, using some more of our younger players. We'll have a little look in the academy at the other youngster that I want to bring in. I'd like to know his work rates and stuff like that, but I don't know if you can do that just yet. So if you look in the academy here, it's Ichizo Itu. He's only rated 44 right now, which is abysmally low, but his potential between 73 and 93 is absolutely outstanding. Do we just promote him to the first team straight away? I think we may as well do, because I think we're probably going to be using him. Let's see what his work rates are like and things like that. He's accepted the contract, which is great. Let's take a look at some more of his stats, shall we? So you can see he's got some very, very poor stats. He's also got some decent stats. I mean, agility 74 already. Is he quite small, that means? He's 5'10", and he's 16 years old. Of course, he's got medium-high work rate, so he could be another very decent CDM for us. He looks good. He looks really good. He's not got the skill moves, but at CDM, you know, that's not the end of the world. He's, you know, I think he could be a good young player, as long as he can live up to his potential, which we, you know, I've just realised we've signed him up to the team. We'll never find out his potential now, but it's at least 73, which is right now good enough to get into our team. So I think we're going to play him. When we start to play the games in the next episode again, we're probably going to play him, and then also, what's his face, DuPont in the team. Also, Reece Nelson is another one, you know, we could consider signing him on a permanent, but we've got Video now, let's not forget, who's 10 ratings better than him, I'm imagining. And, you know, he's someone that, he's got a lot of potential, that goes without saying, but We could bring him in potentially for next season as well when his loan expires, and maybe we'll start playing him instead of Bennett because he's already leaving. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to get Nelson up, does it? So we'll have to wait and see. But there's lots to consider here. Let's move forward again and see if we can get in any bids for the players that we transfer listed and bring in any more last gasp deals. So I've just had confirmation that Elliot Wood will be leaving the club at the end of the season. He's moving to Sheffield United. You know, we don't mind that. He wasn't playing anyway. It's going to free up wages if nothing else. We've got some more good news, and that is that Smallwood is back from his injury, which is absolutely fantastic. Been a pivotal part of our team this season. He's been absolutely outstanding. It's a shame you can't see, I don't think, what rating Video is yet. We have skated him out, even though we're signing him anyway. But let's just see. Can you look at his rating? Video, left mid. No, it still doesn't say, even though we've actually signed him, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, hopefully, I think we've skated him out, and we'll get to find out the rating before he signs anyway. But I'm thinking he's going to be at least 70 rated, which is fantastic. So third game of today's episode, we're away from home against Fleetwood. We're simming all of them, like I've already said. This one again, hopefully we can pick up 3 points. We've won both the previous two. Can we make it 3 points out to 9 points out to 9? 3 wins? We can. It's another 1-0 win. It's Charlie Mulgrew with the goal. Not the most common goal scorer for us, but that's 3 wins out to 3 from simulating, which is pretty crazy. You don't get that very often, I don't think. But 1 game left to go. We're coming towards the end of the month now. Just over a week left to go. What's this message? Is this anything exciting? We're not on track. What's this for? Following season, expanding our brand. See, they want us to sign a striker that's going to improve our thing, but I don't think we're going to be able to, and I don't think it's the end of the world if we don't anyway, to be completely honest with you. So I think that's just going to be left on the back burner. Wow. Noticing in the background there, guys, Leicester City have signed Marcus Rashford for £34.5 million. Can't feel like that. Kind of feel like that's a bit unrealistic, but that's a pretty mental transfer that's happened. Another player returning from injury, Bradley Dack, which is absolutely fantastic, but that isn't the most exciting thing here. The most exciting thing is that the skate report is back on Alvaro Video, so we'll finally be finding out his rating. There's an international management offer, but I'm not interested in that. Video, please be over 70, please. He is indeed 71 rated, a value of 3.1 million. We've done well to get him on a free, guys. Look at those stats as well. Look, he's got crazy pace, one of the reasons that I really like him. He's got really nice acceleration, sprint speed, great agility, decent ball control for his level, good dribbling and balance as well. He's also got the 4-star skills, or he used to have. I hope he still has. So he's going to be lethal. Him on one side, Tablet on the other next season. That is going to be crazy. With Samuel leading the line as well. If he can do as well in the Championship, assuming we get promoted as he has done this season, that is going to be absolutely awesome. But I'm very, very pleased with that signing. Even more so now we've seen his rating. Only 23 as well. Got the potential to maybe get up to those sorts of high 70s, maybe even low 80s if he does well for us here. And just as we come towards the end of the month, we've had another skate report back. Can we get another beast in these ones? The last, I mean, look at that again. It's a really good looking players, but he hasn't got a face. So we're turning him down. I've spoken about this already today. No face. He's getting turned down. 74 to 94. He looks incredible, but no face means we're turning him down. In fact, there's only one player with a face here, which sucks because all of them, and he's the lowest rated one, would you know, but unfortunately, no face means you're not getting signed. There's some really good looking players there as well, but that's kind of disappointing. But we have already got the one gem, I suppose. Let's see if anything else is going to happen. I apologise that this might have been a slightly duller episode than the last transfer special, but truth be told, we did all our business quite early on and getting Video. I hope you're as excited about Video as I am. I can't wait to get him playing next season. But yeah, this is going to end at the end of the episode as soon as the transfer deadline day is done. Hopefully you guys can appreciate all the feedback that you put in and how that's been taken into account. Like I say, we've had a transfer offer. Oh my god, we've had 2 transfer offers. Ryan Niambe, the right back, 1.8 million from FC Porto. That is crazy. That is mental. Porto, what Niambe? He's done so well for us. I don't want to sell him, if I'm being completely honest. I think we're just going to flat out reject it. We're going to block offers because he's a player that, for me, can be our right back for the entirety of this series. He looks incredible. We've also had an offer for Raya of 770 grand. Not interested in that. He's been solid for us. And to be honest, at this point in time, I don't think we'd have time to get anyone in anyway. So unless a crazy deal comes through, we won't be accepting any offers. Or it's either going to be a crazy deal or a player that we're not utilising anymore. So that's pretty unlikely to happen in the last 4 hours, I imagine. But like I say, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the transfer window. I know there's been no gameplay, and that's going to be going back to usual in the next episode. But I've really been trying to take into account your guys' comments, who you wanted us to sign, all that kind of stuff. Transfer offer retracted. We've also had an offer for Charlie Mulgrew. Leeds offering 1.3 million. Not interested. One of our best performers this season. Again, a first-team player. Our highest rated player as well, I believe, or if not, he's certainly up there. 3 hours left to go. Is there going to be anything else exciting going on at all? 2 hours left to go. It's not looking likely now. Another deal going on there. Man City. Oh, I didn't see who that was. City was signing someone there. Have we got another offer here? Charlie Mulgrew retracted. That's what we like to see. Hopefully he can be staying. Well, he's going to be staying. Spoiler alert. Mulgrew is going to be staying. But a very productive transfer window. I'm very happy with that. We bought him for Dio. I was very excited with that. We've had a couple of good young players coming into the squad as well. I'm just genuinely really pleased with this window because I thought we were going to face stiff competition to perhaps hold on to people like Samuel. Maybe Tabla, even though we've only just signed him in our player that's done really well. So I'm just pleased that we've been able to hold on to all our players. But that is going to end off the second part of the January transfer window special. We're going to be back to normal next episode where we'll be playing all of our games. Hopefully, we can get promoted very quickly now. Because there's how many games left now while we end this episode? Not many. Not many as you think. So we've got around about 16 games, 17 games left to go. Player of the month, by the way, and it's not our player for the first time in this series. A player that doesn't play for our team getting player of the month. But you can see we're 13 points clear. There's 17 games remaining. Hopefully we can get into the championship as quickly as possible. Get these young players growing and really emphasise, you know, how emphasise youth and hopefully get a team that can grow with us as we go through the leagues up to the Premier League and we can get a few stars along the way. So that is going to end up the episode, lads. If you did enjoy it, like I said at the start, leave a big thumbs up on it and I will speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Nidge out.